Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. What the hell did we just witness? Man United lost against Everton 1-0 against 10 men for 65 minutes. Was it maybe it was 60 minutes? Who cares? We should have won this game. But, again, when we thought we have hit rock bottom against Grimsby, they done it again. They lost the game against Everton. I think this must be, at least in my recollection, the worst performance in Man United's history. Guys, girls, we are going to do a tactical breakdown. We will talk a little bit about tactics, but it doesn't matter what kind of tactics. The matter is set up. If the players are not motivated to run, they should just go home, hang their heads in shame. This was a poor performance. Players were out of ideas. There was no fight, no movement, no urgency, no creativity, no ball tempo, and we are going nowhere. We all thought that Grimsby was a one-off, but they done it again and again and again. These players can't be trusted. We sit here week in, week out, day in, night after night, talking about Man United. What can we do better? And they put in a performance like this. These players can't be trusted. This is the worst performance in history. Guys, girls, we will be back. We will be talking about the game. Smash the like, hit the subscribe, at least support the Tactical Devils. We will always be Glazers out because they made this mess. It's time to fix this. Guys, girls, we will be back after the intro. Yes. And here is Stu. No smiles tonight, boss Stu?
No.
What a shit show.
I'm so fucked off.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some absolute fucking dross in my time when it comes to football, from United, from all clubs. But to go down to 10 minutes, to stroll around for 60 minutes or whatever it is we played with 10 men, I just don't understand how they can call themselves professional footballers when they can't see the game unfolding in front of them. I mean, Everton were absolutely terrific tonight.
Mm-hmm.
To a man, they were absolutely terrific. I was watching Barry up top when they went down to 10 men, the way he held up the ball, he wrestled De Ligt, he wrestled Yoro, and he won more challenges than he lost aerially, physically. We isolated Grealish until he realised, once I can get on the ball, I can then buy Everton a lot of time. We just cannot handle a low block. We haven't got the cuteness as footballers to handle a low block and even get at Pickford. Pickford had fuck all to do, really. I mean, Zirkzee had a good save, but ultimately he had fuck all to do. We should have pulled Everton to pieces as soon as they went down to 10 men. And we should have won the game comfortably. But yeah, I'm at a fucking loss really tonight. I just don't know what to
Stu, we talked on WhatsApp during the game, and after we went to 1-0 down, and the red card came, you said to me you still believe we could come back.
I did because
and I didn't answer that one because I felt deep in my guts that we weren't up for it. I could see it on the players every duel. They weren't willing to run. They weren't willing to fight for the ball. I have so many clips, so many examples of this. I can sit there all night and show you mistakes after mistakes after mistakes, poor passes, misplaced passes, players. It boiled over for me the moment Ahmad couldn't even do a throw-in.
Oh no!
Why? And Lenny Yoro unpressed puts the ball outside. Yusuf Casemiro misplaced pass. This is performance-wise. I saw Yala, big up Yala, saying that the 7-0 against Liverpool was a poor much worse result. But the performance against Liverpool, everybody got to remember. If you go back and watch that 7-0, first half wasn't that poor. We played actually really well against
did okay
Liverpool.
that first half,
The game we lost 7-0. The performance for 90 minutes this game, I think, is one of the worst in the Man United history. Maybe not the result, but the performance. And the Grimsby game, I thought that was rock bottom. But we managed to do it one less. So this is what I'm talking about, Stu. When we have this debates, we talk about the 66 points. I talk about 55 points. My biggest problem with this group of players, they can't be trusted. I can't trust them. I always feel they can put in a stinker like this again and again, and this is what you get. We could have been third, we could have been second. We talk about draws against Fulham, against Nottingham Forest, against Spurs. And then we do this. We are actually destroying ourselves. We're sabotaging ourselves. And I don't know why. I don't know why the players can't switch on. Why they can't play at home at Old Trafford against 74 people, cheering them on. And why can't you motivate yourself to go on that pitch and give everything in every duel? You gotta be able to feel pain sometimes. If you see a big O'Brien coming running against you, okay, you take the hit. Boom. It hurts a little bit for 2 seconds, but you are taking the hit, just not for yourself, for the badge, for the team, for Man United, for the 74,000 on the pitch, on the stands, and the millions watching on TV. Don't be a fucking coward. This is what I feel about these players.
Yeah, I mean, no, look, I agree with you. I'm looking at Ahmed tonight. I mean, where's the brain in the lad? I mean, he's an intelligent footballer. We know, we've seen it. But tonight, he just ran into brick wall after brick wall after brick wall after brick wall after brick wall, doing the same old thing. Mikalenko, easy, thanks, whatever. Cheers.
Yeah.
And Boomer couldn't get into the game because he got nobody to deliver the ball to. Cutting in his left foot. We didn't get up the right quick enough. Didn't get to the byline quick enough. You got Luke Shaw just ambling around the pitch. You got Dorgu, bless him, tries his hardest. At least he tried when he was out there. Nothing came up for him. He was abysmal. But ultimately, he tried. Bruno, fuck, I don't know what to say. I don't know where to start. Casemiro, I don't know where to start. Zirkzee, I don't know where to start. I just don't know where to fucking start. That's the issue. I don't know where to start with his players. I thought Yoro was abysmal all match. I don't know. I'm not a goalkeeper. I don't know where to criticise Lemons for the goal or not. I thought it was a well struck effort. They were having a pop at Lemons. I don't know. I'm not a goalkeeper.
No. Maybe De Gea at this day, Schmeichel or Van der Sar, maybe they would have saved it. But,
yeah.
Don't blame the guy.
No, I don't think you can.
It was a wonderful goal, wonderful strike. But what happened before that? You see Lenny Yoro, Bruno jogging beside him. No one's willing to put in the body, put in their foot. At least if you don't have control and you see a guy running at your own goal, take him down. There's no chance of a yellow card. Smell the danger. Be a little bit smart.
People will have a pop at the sending off for Everton. I look at it and think, I'd love to see some of our players fucking do that. I'd like to go down to 10 men because one or two of our players have had enough of each other and fucking, slap somebody around the thing. For once, I just don't know what to say. I could go on them all night. I could criticise them all night. I could wipe the fucking floor with them all night on positional play.
Please do, Stu, because this is a therapy session for you, me, and the rest of the guys. Because right now everybody's fuming. We all feel the fire inside. We all want to shout, hammer him out, play us out, sack this, sack that, and this is how we feel. So this is football is emotional. We are allowed, and in 45 minutes time we will feel better. I think it's time just to
I tell you something. we can't do a man of the match tonight because
No.
I ain't giving one. We can't look at an individual and say they played well. It just wasn't happening. But it's our own fault that we didn't play well. The way that we were using the ball was weak. The way that we tried to rush the ball at times was weak. The way we were slow with the ball was weak. The way that we attempted to pass was weak. Everything we did tonight was weak. The players that came on were weak. The players that started the game were weak. We were just weak right from the start. I don't know what was said at the beginning of the game and what was said at half time. Fuck knows what's going to be said, at full time. But personally, if it was me, I'd have walked, ran down the tunnel, got into the change room, picked up the nearest fucking chair and waited for everyone to come through the door and chuck it at me. Because I am fed up with this type of bollocks that I'm seeing, that I've seen today, that I've seen over the last 5 years of weak footballers mentally. Everton, whether you like it or not, that Barry, I've not seen him play, Jarvis. I've not seen him play, but you thought he was a seasoned Premier League striker. Need you up there, Moisey said to him, I want you to hold the ball. Your job is to go up there and disrupt. And he did. He beat Delict on headers. He was stronger than Delict. He was stronger than Yoro. He won the ball more often than not. He held the ball up more often than not. And for me, unacceptable that one player will do that. And then we've got the likes of Bruno giving it the big one again all game. I'm listening to Martinez at the beginning. He was on Sky Sports, pundit was on Sky Sports, and ultimately he's talking about Bruno playing as a six for United. A six? I've never seen him play a fucking six for United ever. No. He plays this, as you're quite rightly saying, this poncy, pathetic double pivot, but he doesn't really play as a six. He plays within the lines as an eight. We couldn't put two passes together. We didn't attack with any purpose. We didn't run at them with any purpose. We didn't foul anyone with any purpose. We didn't get on to Pickford and elbow the fucker in the throat on a corner, which is what we should be doing. We did nothing. And I've had enough.
All of you guys, I just wanted to thank you for everybody for tuning in. 94 people watching at the moment. Please do us a favor, smash the like. We have a super chat coming in from 21st Century Vampire, staying up all night, coming in and say it's 3:40 a.m. middle of the night. I feel so miserable. Big up, guys. Only good thing about the second day is that I get to catch up with you guys live.
Very
keep
kind.
growing, keep educating, keep entertaining us, guys. Glory, glory, Man United. Big up. Thank you so much, 21st Century Vampire, coming in with a big, huge super chat. It means so much for me, for Stu, for the channel. And, I will try to do my best to be worthy of your contribution. Thank you, pal. Thank you so much. It's a terrible day. And kudos for you to staying up all night. We as European fans doesn't really understand the commitment from fans around the world. Staying up all night watching games, and sitting here watching this dross. It must have been terrible. I feel you have my compassion, my friend. Watching this dross.
Yeah, I know. Vicky's in the house with a lovely super chat, my darling. Thank you so much.
Big up, Vicky.
We don't know, in answer to your question, honey. We have no fucking idea what formation he was playing, what formation the players decided to play. I don't know. I don't know. Fuck you know. I'm so fed up.
Vicky, I hope you're well. But thank you for the super chat. I will bring up the tactical board in a couple of minutes. We can look at the formation, at least what I got from it. But it doesn't matter what formation you play, what kind of tactics you have. You can have the best tacticians in the world if your players are not willing to run, not willing to fight, not willing to do what it takes to win the game. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter. So it is what it is. But we will go through the tactical board. Thank you, everybody. I see McRuby's in the house also, 6:20 a.m. I can't believe I watched this. No, neither do I, Mick. It was a piss poor performance from a group of lads who's not they're not bothered. That's how I feel. They're not bothered. They should go home, hang their heads in shame after a performance like this.
Oh, it's terrible, mate. It's terrible.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry for the rant. Sorry for the swearing. Sorry for the negativity. I will try to do better. Guys. We have another super chat coming in from Helge Skjæveland. Big up, Helge. He says sorry, but people acting like switching back to a back four. Different starting 11 would make things different. It's mental. This goes far deeper. Players' mindset in the bin. I think you are onto something. I think this is the heritage. I saw someone mention it in the chat, the football heritage that we have in the club right now. We are it's very fragile, the confidence we have in the group, and it takes nothing to take us down. When we meet players who are up for it, you saw it against Grimsby, players coming on the pitch, doing tackles, going into tackles as they were willing to fight for it, and suddenly our fickle players, our prima donnas.
Yeah.
Oh, you get a tackle. Oh, it hurts a little bit. My ankle, my toe, my leg, my knee, whatever, my thigh. And then you stop running. The fear sets in. The fear sets in. We have fight or flight. And I think most of our players has initially flight in their mind.
We don't fight. We don't fight for anything. We don't fight for the badge. We don't fight for the club. We don't fight for the fans. We don't fight for victory. We don't fight for anything. We're so weak on that pitch. It's embarrassing. I mean, you walk in that dressing room after getting humbled at home by 10 men, and you just think, I would be quiet in the dressing room because I just know what to say. I wouldn't know what to say to the guys. I wouldn't know what to say to myself. I wouldn't know what to say when I got back home to the family. I wouldn't know what to say if I was challenged in the street to a player by a fan, because I just don't know what goes through the mind of a professional footballer to put on a dross performance like that, when you know where you could end up in the league at the end of it. You could move up to fourth or fifth position. We started the game abysmally and we ended the game abysmally. We never recovered from the start of the game. It's just fucking fucking frustrating.
Another membership chat coming in. Member for 1 month.
Night,
thank
guys.
you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Century Vampire. Good night, guys. I have work in a couple of hours. Big up, you legend. Big up. You are a machine. I can't imagine waking up in a couple of hours having energy to go to work, but respect. I am Titanium coming in with a super chat saying, we all need this therapy session. Well, yeah, I know we will feel better. Actually, I feel better already. It helps a little bit to rant, get the negativity out of my chest and just give it to you guys. So thank you for for receiving. But let's talk a little bit about the game. We can run through the facts of the game. We saw there was an early red card after the 14th minute of a Gay and Michael Keane. And what happened in that situation, I don't know. But for me, it looks like they have a little bit. They are on fire. They came into the game today to win, and we could see it right away. He was one of the best players on the pitch. The way he actually received the ball from Pickford, just turned with the ball and ran through our first line of press like it was a walk in the park. And he was up for the fight. Garner today, wow, what a player. What a player. Big up. Good night, Catherine. Good night. Thank you for tuning in. What a player Garner is. And, Garner was one of the academy players I really, really followed through the years, and I had such high hopes for him. And after the Nottingham Forest loan, he played them up from the Championship into the Premier League,
You did, yeah.
and we took him back and sold him to Everton for 15 million, and then so we could subsidize the money to buy Casemiro for 60 something.
60. Yeah.
Yeah. So looking back at that deal, that was a shambles.
Oh,
We should never have sold
no,
Garner.
no,
Never.
it's never done
Never
that.
in a million years.
No, I know. Another super chat. We have obviously got the super chat jingle, but we will maybe we'll
It's
just
not
do
a
one.
night for sharing, let's just
Now says I'm disappointed. I believed in this team. Nice, you and all of us, mate. It's absolutely terrible. $1.99. We're very, very grateful again for everything that you give us. But we're all a little bit on edge at the moment, a little bit tight, a little bit wound up. Need an elastic band on the old wrist, I think. I think that's supposed to calm your nerves. It's supposed to calm your nerves, isn't it? When you get a bit tight, but a bit wound up, you're supposed to do an elastic band. So
you know what helps? Close your eyes and just do the REM motions with your eyes.
Yes.
Do you know that helps? It actually calms you down if you're feeling anxious.
I think if I was playing footy now, I would love it. I think I'd launch into a 2-footer straight away, and that'd calm me down, and then I might be okay in the game. But do you know what? You talk about, we laugh and we joke about 2-footers, etc. But I'd love to see one of us put a 2-footer in on one of these players. Stick a 2-footer in on Grealish.
Tarkowski had a good one on Bumo.
He did. Yeah, he did Zirkzee. This is the point: is that the ball's gone, so he plants one on Zirkzee. Brilliant. We don't do that. And then 5 minutes later, the fucking Idris Gueye scrapping with Keane. Brilliant. I know he gets sent off, but to be honest, it made no fucking difference.
No, it didn't.
Whether he's on the pitch or not. But it shows a will to win. You fucked up a bad pass there. In tosser, what you do and get it done. We don't do that. We go, oh, unlucky. Fuck off. What do you mean unlucky? Fuck off. Where's your standards? Where are the standards of these players? When you put on that shirt and you walk on that pitch, where's the fucking standards? Where is it that if somebody comes in your vicinity, you're just going to let him run around you and say, oh, okay, then. Oh, I might chase you, I might not. I'm going to put the ball through your legs. You're not going to then body check him to stop him from getting round you. You're not going to grab his arm. You're not going to grab his shirt. You're not going to clothesline him. We don't do anything to stop the penetration from the opposition. We do fuck all. We do nothing.
Nothing.
We don't do a thing. Delict tries. Did his best against Barry, I guess, but Barry was too strong for him. So play him a different way. Drop your shoulder into the top of his back. Push him out the way. Don't let him just back into you and take the ball. Push him out the way. You're an experienced fucking international footballer. You know this.
Stu, I was actually watching. Because we played against 10 men. David Moyes is no dummy. He understood, and we talked about it in the preview yesterday. He understood that Tarkowski, O'Brien, and Michael Keane, they have no problems winning aerial duels on the crosses. So they just gave away space on each side for us to cross. They said, have it, no problem. They were ready, and for them defending with 10 men or 11 men, it doesn't matter. They had full control in the central area, the danger area, and in their own box, inside their own 18-yard box. And I was watching a player like Zirkzee. I know tonight will be a little bit negative to Zirkzee. I know he hasn't played a game in a long time, but his decision making, how he presents himself during the game, and I watched him, on all those crosses. It's like he's afraid to touch the centre backs. He's afraid to go close, to be in contact with them. He was just standing like this, watching the ball all the time. He's just watching the ball. Never turns his head. Not once. He didn't turn his head to look, where's the centre back? Where can I run? He's not aware of his surroundings. And it worries me because, as a striker, if you watch play like Haaland, if you watch Lewandowski, if you watch the best of the best, they don't watch the ball. They know that the cross will come. They watch, where should I run? Where's the center back? How can I push him out? How can I get the upper hand when the cross comes? Zirkzee just stands there.
But here's the thing about that.
Ball.
Yeah, here's the thing about that. So your point's
Yeah.
accurate about the crossing. We cross the ball, Tarkowski goes bang, King goes bang. They can't tackle. They're rubbish in the box of tackling. Tarkowski's the world's worst.
On the floor.
Why the fuck didn't we hit the ball on the floor and attack Tarkowski and get a penalty?
Yeah.
Why can't a Manchester United footballer work that out? Why has he got to wait to be told to do that? Why can't he just work that out? Why can't you realise if you wriggle your way into the box, guess what? They can't touch you. They can't tackle you, because if they do, over you go, spot kick. We don't do that.
Yeah.
We don't attack the byline. How many times did Ahmad run into trouble because he didn't go up the byline and cause Mykolenko some problems? He stayed within the area that Mykolenko go, yeah, okay, just go across with them. Yeah, go across. Because you're going to run into Keane, Tarkowski, whatever. Just go across, no problem. You're going to run into yourself. You've got to press you got to pass to your mate. Got to pass to your mate. Got to pass to your mate. Got to pass. Go left to right, left to right, left to right. By which time Tarkowski's reading his book. Ball comes in. Oh, yeah, hold on. There you go. Sorry.
Having a cup of tea. Oh.
Yeah. Telling Pickford, fucking hell, you won't believe what's happened, do you? Just some guys just got stabbed in it. Absolutely. Oh, hold on. Oh, bang. There you go. Yeah, anyway. I'm on to chapter 2 now. Unfucking believable. By which time, by the way, Keane's putting the stitches in his head where Idris Gueye gave him that slight little tap, tying his shoelaces up, and he's still managing to head the ball. It's fucking, but this is what happened. And then Pickford says, I haven't done a lot today. So, I'll tell you what, I'll just dive. I'll just dive for the fucking sake of it, because I've got nothing to do. And, and that's what happened all game. As Andrew says, standards are in the fucking gut of their eyes. It's horrible to watch. It's horrible to even contemplate supporting and being a part of it. And I just look at these players, and there are men up and down the country, women up and down the country, devilish tacticos, Jarvis and Stu would do anything to pull the red shirt on at Manchester United. Absolutely anything, to play a game for this club. And these wankers who have the luxury and the privilege of doing it week in and week out, fucking deliver that tonight.
Yeah.
How fucking dare you?
100%. I see a lot of people are frustrated, and the fire, the bullets and the fire goes against Amorim and these players. But let's not forget who puts us in this spot in the first place, and that was the Glazers. So, in a way, I agree with Jamie. Why is this manager so protected? Oli finished second, and you all wanted him out. This is why I have been supportive of the manager since the sacking of Mourinho. I felt I had enough of sacking managers. I want them to stay. Even on the Ten Hag, I back the manager because I know the problems are so much worse than just the manager. So again, if we are going to be consistent, probably Amorim shouldn't be in his job. But I think we have come to a stage where we can't sack any more managers. We just gotta sail through the storm and see what happens. We either sink or swim. I think we have come to a place where we can't keep shifting guys out anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
for me, this is me personally, but I get your frustration and I get why you want the manager out.
I get that with Jamie as well. Jamie's they all are. Jamie's hugely passionate in his beliefs. No sitting on the fence with Jamie. He'll tell you straight.
No,
a bit like myself. Spade's a spade. The end. Whether you like it or not, it's irrelevant. And Jamie's that type of guy. And I agree with him, but where do you influence, or why does Bruno Fernandes need to be motivated? why does Ahmad need to be motivated? Why do these players have to be motivated, spoon-fed on what to do when they cross the white line, incapable of managing a game? We talk about Casemiro last night. We were saying 4 times Champions League winner. We should only offer him 80 grand a week. I wouldn't have offered him 5 grand a week tonight. Not nowhere near 80 grand a week. But the point that you're making last night was he's a 4-time Champions League winner, and he just couldn't. He couldn't marshal our troops. So, but anyway, before we go any further, the lovely Vicky. She's already done a super chat tonight. Thank you, my darling. She's now come out with a members chat. Member for 3 months as well. We're so chuffed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
AFCON is worrying times. Absolutely. And for 100%, if we can't replace Cunha, which we couldn't tonight, and that was proven, how the hell are we going to replace Ahmad and Mbeumo? And Mbeumo had probably his worst game. For us
we can actually see these players, and they're not, we are so fragile, and I think thank you, Wiki. We are so fragile at the moment, and we see we put in a player like Zirkzee. I'm not blaming Zirkzee for all of this, but I think it affects the rest of the group. I saw right away when we tried to play directly out to Zirkzee, Tarkovsky and Keane had the field day. He can't protect the ball. He can't hold up the ball. He's not a target man.
Yeah.
And I saw the instructions. Zirkzee was higher up the pitch a lot of the times. He didn't drop down, be in the way for the number 10. So I think he understood his role, but he couldn't do it. And it stopped. It stopped with our number 9 or our striker. And I think a lot of the players, the rhythm, everything was off because of this. Not just because of this, but because of this was our build-up play. We couldn't do it. And Stu, a couple of comments. There's so many good comments here, and people are frustrated. Let them read out a couple of comments. I will make some clips ready for you guys, and I will show you what I mean about Zirkzee.
Yeah, so Helga comes on. He says, "Let's sack the manager and hire a new one." And then when he does pull, let's blame everything on him as well. Rinse and repeat. We have been doing that a lot. I'm Titanium, Bilal. Great to see you, pal. Cleaning us out, absolutely. Jamie says Glinios hired Amorim. Boxing straight talk. Amorim is the worst manager we've ever had by a country mile. Jay's in the chat. Jay says, Helga, exactly that says the past 10 years, explaining one sentence. Absolutely, we have been doing that. Who else have we got? Let's have a look. Sebastian. Forget your UCL, UEFA Champions League spots, guys. For fuck's sake. What the F8CK? I like that one. But I'll say it for you, Sebastian. What the fuck is this shit? Or just randomly crossing the ball when getting on the edge of the box? Absolutely. We won't get lucky every time. No hunger, no engagement. Absolutely. Daz is in the house. How are you, Daz?
Big up, Daz.
Daz say the system is flawed when you go behind. Agreed. Jay comes in and says next manager won't be the answer either. That has proven to be correct where we are. Tyrone, great point. We're going to bring this up, Tyrone, to be fair. 5 at the back is not the United way. Amorim needs to be sacked. Specifically, second half, we needed 2 at the back at most. I'd have just gone with 1 at the back and Lamans, quite frankly. I'd have just pushed fucking everything at them, but we didn't, and we stayed rigid. So Tyrone was absolutely right, well spotted there, Tyrone. Trev, absolutely. Jamie's very passionate with the ladies too, I heard. Jamie, you legend, mate, you legend. Jamie says fence it and get you nowhere. Absolutely, I agree. What else we got? Boxing Straight Talk says when will the manager have to answer for this crap? He's kind of got his he was given the stay of execution, so to speak, a few weeks ago. The players, the manager, the whole collective's got to answer for tonight. For me, fucking abysmal.
I just want to say, guys, if there's any any comments from Amorim after the game? If there's anything, please post them
If
in
you
the
could
chat.
pick them up, let's know.
We go
Please.
live straight on the whistle, so I don't have time to see the interview after the game, the post game interview. So if there's anything you want us to talk about, if there's anything that he says that maybe we should address, let us know and post it just in the live chat, and I will bring it up on screen. I have this one. Let's focus on Zirkzee for a second. And some of you will maybe feel in this. I don't know if you're a big Zirkzee fan or not. Feel that I'm a little bit strict when it comes to Zirkzee, but there are positives and there are negatives, and I will show you both. I will try to give you a balanced approach when it comes to this player. First of all, what I felt lacking as when we try to play direct, you see a player like De Ligt playing direct up to Zirkzee. He separates from the centre back. You see Tarkowski. He gets the space needed. This was the thing we were complaining about when it came to Højlund. He was always close to his defender, and it ended up with a wrestling match. But in this instance, you see here Zirkzee is actually separating, so it's not too bad. But it's more about shielding the ball and be able to hold up the ball in situations and keep the ball going. So if you are going to be the vocal point up front, you should be able to do this. So if you watch here, the pass goes, Zirkzee have a bad touch, Gay wins the ball, and Grealish wins the ball again. And then you see Dewsbury Hall, the number 10, free in the central area. And we could see it in this game. Dewsbury Hall would actually fit perfect into this Amorim system because he's a ball carrier. Same as Grealish. He likes to carry the ball. He likes to run with the ball, and he's not afraid to do so. So, again, maybe you feel I'm nitpicking, but this was the main problem with Zirkzee. No vocal point up front. He couldn't take the ball and do something with it. So we lacked the passing option in the number 9.
Yeah.
So we had to revert.
Do you know what his problem was, Jarvis? Sorry to cut in, but I do want to put this point this out. Can you just go back to the very beginning and leave it on the still?
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question, and it's not this is not a trick question or anything like that, but I want to ask you a question. I've been raving about Barry, haven't I, all night? If you put that picture back up, my old mate, you've got Tarkowski, you've got Zirkzee. Where would Barry be in a position with De Ligt if it was roles reversed? Where would Barry be? He wouldn't be there, would he? He'd be backing into De Ligt. And you know why he's backing into De Ligt? Because it's a dangerous ball into a centre forward when you're 5 yards off your defender. Because as a defender, Jarvis, I'm loving it. I'm going to hit you fucking as hard as I can at the back. And do you know why? Because you're giving me 5 yards to run at you. So as soon as you hold that ball up, bang, you're down. You're gone.
Yeah.
Chances are I'm not going to get a yellow card too much because I'm in your half. I'm not in my half. Look at the space Zirkzee has allowed himself. Now, you could argue, some will argue that's great positional play because if the ball comes in, he gets a straight flick around to Mbumu. And I'm talking the right foot. Nothing more, okay? But if he's on Tarkowski, he holds it. Then he can move it. Then he can roll a Tarkowski and make him do something. In the end, he runs to the ball, tries to be clever, and is that Gay? Is that Idrissa Gay at that particular time? Was he
Idrissa Gay and Tarkowski is the guys.
Yeah.
But you can also see he's surrounded by 3 guys right away, and this is where it comes down to willingness to win the game. You have to run. You will get tired. Your legs will get tired, and you will feel it. Maybe you will go down with an injury after 70 minutes, 75 minutes. You can't finish the game, but this is a stake. This is a stake you pay for being on the pitch.
So the point you're making was absolutely
needed.
Yeah. The point you're making is absolutely right, pal. And I wanted to emphasise his positional play at the very beginning. But you're absolutely right. He loses the ball because he tries to be too fucking clever.
Yeah.
You know, we know where the pass was. We know where the ball was. I mean, Jarvis, you said yourself you're not a centre forward, but you would know where to position yourself, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So,
100%.
Mark's in the chat. Is he not joining us tonight? I meant to ask you earlier.
But guys, I just want to big up Mark.
Yeah,
I just want to say
sorry,
something.
carry on with what you were saying.
We all talked about João Gomes, and for me, you know, when I talk about first touch, you always put your first touch away from the opposition into the space you want the ball. So, for example, here you see Zirkzee. His first touch is in his legs. So he needs to rely on 2 touch, 3 touch, or maybe 4 touch to get out of the squeeze. And when you look at João Gomes, especially, this is what really worries me about a player like João Gomes. He does exactly the same. When he receives the ball tight in his feet. He doesn't take 1 touch and give himself space. Right here, for example, Zirkzee should take the ball to his left out because you see a lot of space in this area. I know it's easy to say, but you know, I'm not a professional footballer. So his first touch should have been this way to give himself space. But you know, he's not aware about his surroundings. He doesn't understand the game, and maybe he's a little bit you know, he's not match sharp. So you know,
but I agree with
I'm
you
not
on
blaming everything, you know. But
Jarvis, I agree with you on that, pal. I do. But you've just mentioned something. I'm not a professional footballer, but I know I would have gone left with the first touch.
Yeah.
So hold on. You are a very knowledgeable person when it comes to football. You understand dynamics, positional play, awareness, etc., etc., etc. When it comes to football, you know what to do. You know to sweep that out immediately in that position to Mbumo. You know that. So if you know that, pal, I know that. Mark Langridge knows it, and every fucker else, and the devilish tacticos are all hugely on them. Why the fuck can a 120 grand footballer who plays football for a living get it? So
second of all, you see the duel afterwards. You know, it's okay. We will misplace a touch, a receive, but you have to work for it. You know, if you lose the ball, okay, grab his neck, grab his shirt, take him down, or at least make it difficult. You know, it's like we're giving up. Oh, the first touch was bad. I lost the ball. Why bother?
Exactly.
It's like, you know, be more assertive in a situation like this. Mean it. That's what I want.
Exactly. So B Cool says, Stu, the problem isn't Zirkzee coming back. The problem is that we didn't do a triangle or diamond to attract most players on one side, and then we've got more space. No, totally agree. But I like, as a centre half, B Cool, I like a striker who wants to come back to me, and I would follow him in like Tarkowski was trying to do, follow him in, because you want him tight to you as much as you can, so you can control which way he goes with it. Because he was 5 yards off of Tarkowski at that point, he allowed Idrissa Gueye to come towards him, he allowed Tarkowski to come back to him, and the play that he was trying to do was impossible. It was an impossible turn. If he'd taken the ball first time, flipped it out to Zirkzee, then we would have been able to get up the pitch. Your point's absolutely right. The point I was making is I would like a striker. I prefer a striker that plays on the centre half. He's got us 5 yards further up the pitch. It's an easier pass out then for De Ligt to go either wide right or wide left, rather than a difficult pass through the middle. And we maybe get up the pitch. But great point, mate. Great point.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, knowledge.
I am just saying, you love your Picasso level of drawing job. Yeah, you know, I could have done it professionally. I could have used the proper circles and arrows and crosses, you know, but I think you get my gist. and you know, I feel it's funnier to just make some scribbles. You know, we are not a professional channel, and you know, I'm not going to try to act like it either. Big up, I am Titanium. The next on Zirkzee again. if you look at Zirkzee, how the ball is in this area, I think it's Bruno receiving the ball. And Zirkzee is just looking over his shoulder to his right. He's not aware, and he's never expecting the ball. So look at him here. He's almost surprised that the ball comes in because he has so many other things to think of.
Yeah,
and I think as a striker, this is saying in football, always expect the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, so, no. The interesting thing about that one in particular is, or you should know. I mean, fucking hell, if you can't see that out your corner of your right job, he's not exactly small, is he? Is that Will Keane or is it Tarkowski? It's Keane, isn't it?
I think it's Keane. It's Keane.
He's not exactly small, is he?
No, he's a big guy. But again, so I'm not singling out Zirkzee for a reason because I want to bash on Zirkzee. I'm just singling out one of the reasons why I think our play didn't work well today, because the lack of a target man, a guy who could actually shield the ball and receive the ball in situations like this. So that's just what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Yeah, okay. Stu is receiving a phone call. I don't know, guys. Sebastian comes in, and who takes the higher percent of the blame? Would these players play better under another manager? They did not seem to give a toss today. Yeah, I think this is where the problem lies. It's about the attitude. It's about how you go into the game, how you mentally prepare for a game. And, it's Monday night. Maybe they had the weekend off, had a couple of glasses of wine, relaxed with the missus. And, you go to the pitch, you feel you are unbeaten in 5 games, you're on a roll. And you drop down 3%, 5%, and then this happens. So again, I think it's a mental issue. I think it's about heritage. And I think our heritage at the club now is this.
Yeah, sorry about that.
My boy yeah, no problem.
He was just calling me to moan about the game. I just said, "Don't worry, I'm moaning on your behalf, son." Already.
Yeah. Okay, be cool. This is not my point. My point is, he looks completely unaware when the pass goes. It's a bad pass, but you should expect the ball. This is what because when I saw all the crosses come in, Zirkzee just stands there looking at the ball. He's not aware of his surroundings. He's not aware what to do if the ball comes. He's not prepared mentally for what's going on. He's not in the game, if you understand. You have to be in the game. You have to live with the game if you are going to play the game, because there's no time to think, especially in the Premier League, because the game goes so fast. You have to live in the game as a player, I think. And this is what we talk about. We talk about, and anticipation, the ability to read the game, but it goes faster than a split second. And then Stu.
Yeah, no, he agrees. Big Girl's just come in and says he hasn't got the strikers.
Yeah, instinct. Yeah,
absolutely.
Thanks.
Paul, look, I'm a defender, so I can understand and read a striker's instinct. Mark will tell you, Mark Langridge, that backing in, if you're a big brute, is an art of the game, and defending that backing in is an art also. It's not easy on both sides to get the better of a big man, but if you don't have an understanding of where you should be at any given time, or you think in the Premier League in particular that even if it is a bad pass, you're going to get a little bit of time on the ball in that area, you may as well just go home and play in League One, because you're going to 0 time there, League 2 0 time, step 6 in Mark's under 18 squad, you're going to get no fucking time. You're not going to have that luxury of time. Haaland, different kettle of fish. He's elbowing Keane out of the way, getting across him, taking the ball, and then he's still got hold of Keane at the same time, and Keane's wrestling away. That's what Haaland will do. Gets the ball, then he decides what to do with it. He decides to either lay it back to whoever, Cherky, for example, or pop it off to Silva, or whatever he does. He knows what he's doing, and we don't have that. I think Sesko would have been a much better exponent of a 9 today, but we didn't have that luxury either. So,
Again, I think this is one of the main reasons we lost the game. This will be the last negative on Zirkzee. From now on, I will show his headers and his positives. He had a magnificent diagonal run in the first half. I will show you guys. So I will try to keep it balanced. But in this situation, look at Zirkzee. You know, we are 1-0 down. It's in the around 70th minute, and you know how he goes in the duel. First of all, it's a long throw from O'Brien, and he doesn't even jump. He just stands there. You know, bends down a little bit, and you know, on the second ball, you walk out and you just put your foot out like this. You know, you don't go into the duel. You don't try to win it. And for me, you know, that's weak. That's weak. You know, that's
No,
I expect better. So let's just watch it through, and then you can have your say. So the ball comes in. You know, no wonder we lost this game. If this is the attitude, this is how we go into the game. So Stu, please.
Well, I was quite interested to see Tarkowski. You've got this long throw. Tarkowski gets hold of, gets over. I think it was Tarkowski or King. It looked like Tarkowski gets over Zirkzee. Was never in a million years was he ever going to get a backward flick on it or whatever. Yeah. But he still wanted to beat Zirkzee to the ball. I thought it was phenomenal. And then to try and take the ball down here instead of getting stuck in, that's just criminal.
You want to put your body in and go out and clear the ball.
Yeah,
you know, it shouldn't be that dangerous. He's a big man. If you mean it, go out, clear the ball. You will clearly win that duel.
Yeah, it's criminal, Jarvis. Criminal.
It's criminal. That's how you defend your own box in the 70 minutes against 10 men when you're 1-0 down at home.
Yeah, you put everything into it. You put everything into it.
But on the other hand, if I play this through, you see here, let me just take it down and we can play 3, 4, 5 more seconds. You see here how Everton reacts.
Yeah.
Ahmad is on the ball. Look at Grealish working and winning the second ball against Ahmad and wins it back, you know, against 10 men. So easily. And again, you know, they keep the ball, but they lose the ball. They clear it up. And I will show you the second duel here again. What is Everton doing? Look at him. 3 men.
He's wrestling.
3 men swarming against Mbumo in the
He's got his hands around him and he's wrestling Mbumo out of the way. It's exactly how you play football.
Yes.
You wrestle them away. Just before we go on.
What do they do? They win the ball.
They win the ball, yeah.
Yeah.
There is a chap in the... Oh, I've lost it now. Vancouver Whitecaps fan. Here we go. At Tactical Devils, you must congratulate my Vancouver Whitecaps. We beat LAFC with Son and Hugo Lloris in penalties with 9 men.
Wow.
Held them 2-2 in extra time. We played the league final on Saturday. Fantastic. Vancouver Whitecaps.
There you go.
Brilliant. Brilliant, Devin Lindsay. 5784. Was that the one where Son put in a brilliant free kick? You might be able to tell me. I did see something yesterday about it, but no, I'm pleased for you. Well done. That's superb. That is. Congratulations from us all. Sorry about that, Jarvis, but I wanted to mention that.
Just to level things a little bit, I want to show something positive on Zirkzee, just to not start a Zirkzee hating stream, you know. But in this situation, he actually goes in with his body, he wins the ball, and he acts. He goes directly. You know, you see the win the ball, and then you go on the so-called diagonal run, and this is what Amorim likes. You know, you keep the momentum, you sprint, you actually do something, and he managed to get in a brilliant cross, and we had a huge chance on this chance.
We did, we did,
because of Dorgu, I think. Let's look at it.
Dorgu missed it. Yeah, missed an open goal.
Dorgu, I think this was the biggest chance of the game.
Yeah. Should have buried it.
In this moment, Dorgu should have buried it. But
yeah, we should have been 1 up here.
You know, this is what you get with Dorgu.
Yeah.
didn't even hit target.
No, he had time to bring it down, control it, and then smash it, go across goal, because there he had plenty of time and pick his spot, because ultimately Pickford
Look
was
at
almost.
Ahmad.
I know.
Just get across it here to Ahmad, like goal, boom.
1-0. But then again, Ahmad did something similar, didn't he? About 10 minutes later, when we had Mbeumo free on the right. So,
but I think this was the biggest one. I think this is a goal we should.
You got to score that, and that's it. You just have to score.
Yeah.
It was Son did stick I thought he did, Devon. I've seen it, but I didn't realise, by the way, that Hugo Lloris was playing for LAFC either. I didn't think Son and Hugo Lloris liked each other, but there you go. Who knows? What do we know, Jarvis? What do we know about the game?
No, nothing. Apparently nothing. Tyrone Dogu should have taken a touch, but it's who knows? But he's not experienced enough to be calm in situations like this. He's way too hot, to say so. Hot potato is the saying, I believe.
Mark says, and he's right here, bounces above his knee. So there's no way you're going to take it first time. He's absolutely right. It's too high, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got to get hold of it and do something with it. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
There are others wing backs who would have done better. I'm 100% sure. They would have been more composed in the situations like that.
Yes.
Try to take down the ball, control it. Well, we are panic mode. It's about, and this is why I feel, when people bring out stats like XG and say Man United should have done better, look at our XG, blah, blah, blah. Well, it all comes down to quality. And this is our quality, We are not good enough. And Dogu in situations like this is not good enough.
No,
you have to be honest with yourself.
Dallowness.
What about the elephant in the room, the Dalot substitution?
Well, no, none of our subs played well. Mainly was substandard. Mount, he just couldn't get it going. He ran a lot, but he couldn't get it going. Dalot, woeful. I saw a lot of people crying out for Shea Lacey. Now, we know he's a good footballer, but it's not the type of game to bring in Shea Lacey. That isn't, to be honest. Sebastian said Mino was a bigger elephant. Mason Mount, poor. Tyrone. See, Tom's right here. Alien Tenno's right here. I've lost it. Here we go. Pete's right. Imagine if he had to play with the mentality of Danny Welbeck. And that's perfectly reasonable to talk about, because we don't have that player. So
no, we don't. Stu, we haven't brought up the tactical board, so can you please explain to me what Moyes did? He played with it was the guy who went off injured after 10 minutes. What's his name? Collier.
What's his name? So O'Brien wasn't on, but
no, but they made a sub. So, but I put O'Brien. He played 80 minutes of the game, so O'Brien is in the starting 11. And they had a double pivot. They had Dewsbury Hall in the 10, Grealish on and then Dye and Barry up top. So. What did you see from Moyes?
What I saw was pretty much what you predicted at the very start. The use of the wing backs high up the pitch, particularly Seamus Coleman. They pushed
Coleman, yes.
Yeah, they pushed Dogu back in particularly, and pushed Mazzari back. And the problem we were having was Mbeumo played on the right, which I thought they would do. Ahmad played on the left. And the Dogu-Ahmad connection just didn't work out. But the real key and the two ticking points here was Ndai, and I'm going to say it, James Garner. James Garner was phenomenal today in the way that he broke up play, the way that he used the ball quickly. They used Barry expertly up top. and I'm talking expertly. I don't think he's a brilliant player. I don't think he's played any more than 60 minutes per match in his Everton career because he obviously lacks pace or he lacks something. But when it comes to pure hold up, not goal scoring ability, but hold up ability, to be able to bring players like Dewsbury Hall in and Dye in, Grealish in, he is perfect. He was a brilliant target man for them today. I don't care what anyone says. Anyone can disagree with me on that. I don't really care. I saw a brilliant exponent of a target man today in Barry, particularly when they went into 10 men.
You are impressed by Barry. I hear you saying, I think you.
It got stuck. It stuck. How many times have we desperately needed for the ball to go up top and fucking stick? Just win something. Do something.
I think he looked a bit clumsy at times, but he were effective in the way he played the game. But there were no goal threat, I have to say, as a striker. But I understand why he played now his 14th game for Everton and not scoring a goal. But I think he's vital for the way he plays, because he's not
vital for the way that Grealish and Ndai and Dewsbury Hall pick up the ball. Yeah. When you consider where Dewsbury Hall picked up the ball in that pocket, that pocket, which is difficult to defend against. And Louis van Gaal says, I found that pocket, nobody else found it. Fuck off. It's found in the 70s when Fellaini got into that space, if you remember the position that Dewsbury Hall scored from. It's paramount that as a striker, you allow that pocket to remain open. So you don't wander into that pocket, but you don't allow a defender to wander into that pocket. That's all he's doing as a hold-up play. And that's where you want. I said to you where Grealish would be at his most dangerous, and it proved, well, he wasn't dangerous a lot of the game, to be fair, was he?
But he worked hard. He won the second ball. For me, I looked at winning the second balls all the time against 10 men. How could Everton win more than 50% of the duels with 10 men? It shouldn't be.
Oh, no.
It shouldn't be possible.
No, I know. Absolutely. So that's what I saw. Garner knitted it together. And Dye, again, first half, I thought it was phenomenal. I really did. I thought he was excellent, and Dye. And I thought Grealish at times was we saw more of Grealish defending today than we've ever seen.
Hard working, but if you look at this, if you look at this area of the pitch, you see a lot of blue. And I think they were very compact centrally all the time, even with 11 men. They weren't allowing us, and they were allowing the ball to go out to our wing backs, Dorgu and Masraoui, with no danger. And a lot of the time we could see Luke Shaw finding Ahmad, but every time Ahmad was surrounded, he couldn't do anything with the ball. It was hard for him because Ahmad is not strong enough to receive the ball with his back against the goal. This is Ahmad's weakness, and this is why I don't like him playing in the 10. It's better as a winger running down the wing and cutting inside, but playing this game as a 10, dropping down, receiving the ball, it's not strong enough. It's not like Cunha, it's not like Mbumo. So for me, I think Luke Shaw found him so many times, but he couldn't do anything.
He just lost the ball. The ball. But going back to Everton, their play, this is why you can't have Zirkzee 5 yards off of Tarkowski or Keane. That's why he's got to be backing into them, so that when we do get the ball out, we've got some space to work with and operate. If he's there by Dewsbury Hall, where he was most of the game, what's the fucking point? No point. Look at the space. By pushing them back 5 yards, you actually get and you create 10 yards worth of space.
Yeah.
And we didn't do that. And so I thought Everton in particular, Garner and Ndai and Grealish were excellent today. But Barry, for me, was their key to allowing extra space in behind, because he occupied De Ligt all fucking game. All game.
But they closed the central area of the pitch. So every time we received the ball, we were trying to carry it or pass it out in this direction or in that direction, and and they let us have the extra man out if we had the player who actually took a run and were available. But with no danger, because every time we received the ball, Everton just sat down in their low block, and we had big problems breaking them
Massive
down.
gap.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and even when Gehi was out, I think Dewsbury Hall dropped down,
He
Garner,
dropped down. He dropped down the Garner. Yeah.
Grealish, and Dye. All they played really narrow. If you all remember the FA Cup final against Manchester City, how we set up with Mainu, with Bruno, with Amrabat, you know, the midfield
Yeah.
so narrow, and we weren't allowing City anything. You know, they had what's the guy, the Croatian guy, the centre back who played on the left side for City in the FA Cup final.
For City.
Yeah, for City, he was there out, but he can do anything. So you know,
Yeah.
And now we saw the same thing. they let us have the ball on the side because they knew every time the cross came, we had no danger. You know, but even in the last 10 minutes, Zirkzee had a couple of headers, a couple of good saves from Pickford. But again, I didn't feel that we were scoring.
Yeah, he could have done better with those headers. That one where he was free header, you don't put it at Pickford, you put it wide of
Put it
Pickford.
directly at Pickford, you know. We didn't even... He had too much
Mark was
time.
saying, what you're just talking about there, Mark was saying, Moyes said that was let them have the ball because they can't pass, and when you get it, we go fast, we go in numbers because there would be a big hole in midfield. And it's true.
Talking about the header, the Zirkzee header, let's just bring it up. Oops, wrong. Okay, here we go. So the cross comes from the left, Zirkzee straight on Pickford. Again, I think you got
to go
12,
wide,
13, 14 yards out.
Pickford's left.
Yeah.
Because you're running onto it.
He
didn't get it right.
No.
He kind of stopped, didn't he, and then tried to get the power on it. You got to direct it across goal, back across where Pickford's coming from. He didn't need to do that save, Pickford. He could have caught it.
No. Guys, I'm not going to hold you too long. I know it's getting late. Let's go through the two things: the controversy, the red card, and then the goal. And after that, we will do a couple of comments and wrap up the show. So guys, just stay tuned. And if you haven't, please do us a favor, smash the like. And I just want to have a look at the poll, because I asked you if this was the worst performance from Man United you ever seen. Let's see, 72 votes, 65% of you says yes, piss poor. It's was the worst performance in the history of Man United, and 35% of you says no, I have seen worse.
There is some old timers like me in the chat, and trust me, there has been worse. There really has.
Jay thinks Grimsby was worse.
Like you said, you did say it was close, didn't you?
Yeah, Grimsby. But you know, the 7-0 against Liverpool. I remember we lost against Everton. In the first season of Ollie, we lost 4-0. I think that was that was one of the worst games.
Everton beat us 3-0.
Yeah.
It's Michael's first game. We got beat 3-0. What else? Yeah, City 6-1. Why always me? Bastard.
Yeah. Bastard. But you know, I got to give it to Fergie. He tried that game. You know, they scored 3 goals in overtime. You know, there was 3-1. We put everything into attack. So again, you know, talk about the result. Yes, the result is worse, but the performance is not as bad as the results. So for me, I think the performance tonight was one of the was what disappoints me the most.
Terrible, Jarvis, me old mate.
Yeah,
terrible.
Okay, let's look at the controversy, the red card. Let's just look at this too. You can tell me what you see.
Well, I don't know who. Look, first of all, I think it's soft. I do. I think it's a soft red card. But I didn't see what happened prior to that. Agaye's having a pop at Keane, or Keane's having a pop at Idris Agaye. One of them made a mistake with the pass, didn't they? Whichever one it was. But Keane was more the aggressor, because Keane pushed Idris Agaye away, and that's why he snapped and dropped the. But you can't raise your hand in football. You can't do anything like that in football. You do that on a player, and you get a red card, even if you don't hit him. You go like that on him, it's a red card. You can't raise your hand on a football pitch. The ref, in my opinion, I tend to agree with the commentary team. Go ahead and say, look, hey, come on, lads. What you're doing? You're both getting a yellow card, but don't step out of line again.
No.
Would we have won with 11 on 11? I don't think so. I think Everton were just better than us tonight. It would have been quite interesting. I saw David Moyes run down the tunnel at half-time, and I don't think it was to get the lads in. I think it was to see where he was and try and get him, shoved in the shower. And Michael Keane comes in.
What do you think was said in that situation? Because he must have said something, because
on something like that, you're just telling him to fucking do one. Oh, fuck off. You're a prick. Whatever. You're a wanker. I can't imagine. And it wouldn't have been racist, because you don't do that at teammates.
No, I don't think so. No.
Race anyway, but you certainly don't do it with your teammates. Racial abuse is deplorable, so you don't do it. It's like you probably told him to fuck off, and Idrissa Gueye went, "You fuck off, you prick," and that's how it goes.
It was Tarkowski who made the first push
on
Gueye. Was
it?
Yeah, wasn't it?
No, it was Michael Keane, wasn't it?
Yeah, Michael Keane. Sorry. Yeah.
No, Keane but that's what I mean. Keane. So there should have been 2 yellows, not a red. But the law of the land is you do that. And okay, but Trev's right. Trev says if you do it against one of us, I like Mbumo getting in the way of it. I think that's brilliant. I would have loved Mbumo to have actually pushed Keane into Idrissa Gueye. That would have been sensational.
Yeah, you can clearly see he slaps his face. It's a slap. It's not a punch.
But if you push it back, if Mbumo right at the very beginning, if Mbumo had done like and pushed Keane into Idrissa Gueye, and Idrissa Gueye slaps Keane and gets sent off, that would have been absolutely world class. And I never use the phrase world class, but to me that would have been shithousery of the highest order. I'd have loved it. If I was in Boom, I would have claimed I started it.
But what was you remember the Newcastle game? Who was it?
Yes, that was Kieran Dyer and the ex-Leeds player. But they were fighting.
Will no.
Lee Bowyer.
Bowyer. Yeah.
They laid fists on each other. They did. That was tremendous. Lee Bowyer come out like that. He was livid. But if I was in Bumo, I would have claimed I'd started it. I would have gone in. Yeah, it was my fault. I got Keane all riled up. I pushed him into an Idrissa Gueye. I would have claimed it.
But as a player, Stu, if you were on the pitch yourself, let's say you were in Bumo, would you think it was a red card, or
if I was in Bumo?
Would you like be happy for getting a Everton player sent off? Or
I'd have been pissing myself. Absolutely pissing myself. As he's walking past me, I'd have called him, "You dumb fuck." And I'd have walked with him. I'd have put me arm around you dumb bastard. See ya. That's what you do to them. That's what you do.
Poke a little bit extra.
Yeah, pokes a little bit extra. Hope he fucking punches you. Fucking hell, Rev. Get a load of this, That's what you do. Fucking Guardiola yesterday had to work with the cameraman. Gets his fucking earphones out, doesn't he? Drops him back on his ear, Has to work with the cameraman. Cameraman's got fuck all to do with the game. That's what you do. We just lack any type of street smarts. Any type of street smarts. Honestly, if I was in Boomer, I would have stood there laughing. It would have been brilliant. Or even gone, "Ref, he's fucking hit it, ref." It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's funny as. But it's a shame. But the thing is, right, Moyes might have thought, "Wow, what a stroke of luck."
Yeah, but can you imagine David Moyes, how he felt after that? How dumb is your players, fighting amongst each other. than getting a red card. If I was the manager, I would have gone ballistic. I would have.
The first rule is you fight off the pitch with your teammates, not on the pitch. You fight off the pitch. You're going to drop somebody, do it in the changing room.
Yeah.
So,
but as an ex-player and in training, I've seen so many fist fights among my own teammates. In training, it's a regular thing. If you haven't played a game, you wouldn't know. But it happens almost weekly. The level of aggression in duels and how to win the game, it means so much, even in training. If someone kicks you a little bit extra, pushes you, just it goes.
I might know somebody who chucked his shirt at somebody after I dipped it in piss once. I might know somebody who did that. Wow. I don't know him, but when you're that angry, you fucking wanker. Have that, you bastard, blaming me for not me. It wasn't me, obviously.
Yeah.
Somebody else. I know somebody who might have done that. You don't fucking blame me for that. You lose it. But what I always find with that, Jarvis, is, and even if you win and you win 4-0 and you've come in and you've hit the post and we should have won 5-0, I'm going, you've hit the fucking post. Why? Stu, we won 4-0. No, you should have buried that. What if you hit the post and we lose the game 1-0 next week? That's the type of conversation she should be having. Our lot don't give a fuck.
You
wouldn't have hit the post, then. You'd have buried it, pal. Obviously. But,
I don't know. I was kind of a Roy Keane sometimes in my head. I was way too aggressive.
But that's the importance. That's the importance, Jarvis, of team, of being a team player. The importance is, it's not you that should be the only one that wants to win. It's everybody that wants to win. You all lose and win together, and you should all be pissed off that you didn't win 5-0, only 3-0. As equally as pissed off if you got beat 5-0. And that's how I think you should be, and it enables you to if you're playing against me, Jarvis, and I've had the better of you for 60 minutes, and you've had enough of me. Every time I get the ball, he's right. I'm going to fucking stamp on your toes. I'm going to rake your shin. I'm going to do something because I am going to get you are not getting the better of me for 90 minutes. I don't care what, and I want that from you.
You want to get back on the player. You want to some. It's not malice. It's not about but it's about a duel. And after the game, after the whistle blows, you go to the player, say, "Well played." Give him a fist bump, whatever, and that's how the game is. This
especially
it's a war when you're on the pitch, but after the game is over, you square up.
Square up 50 times on the pitch. I'll still buy you a pint after. Makes no difference to me after. And if you get round me and you score a goal and you come by laughing at me, dodge I'd score, mate. Wink, which is what you should do. And I'm getting more fucking angry. I've fucking done that. I'm having him, and stuff like that. That's just football. But we don't do that. But they did. Everton did that today. Everton, they felt slighted when they went down to 10 men and became totally they became Germanic.
What do you think David Moyes said to the guys before the game to get them fired up like this? Because you could clearly see it wasn't just Gay, it was all of them.
No, I think he said, pretty much what Mark said. They can't pass the football. They can't penetrate us. When we get the ball, let's get in there and do everything that we possibly can. Yeah. It's kind of like, it's what it's all about. It's you've got a chance. Everton don't win at Manchester United, Old Trafford. So, Trevor, I'm a tosser still. Fella, I'm a tosser still, but I'd never moan. I never moan, pal. If somebody elbows me or stamps on my foot, or I never moan. I honestly love it, and I'd shake your hand at the end of it. I've had games. Very quick story, and it is a quick story. I was playing out in Wales back in. I'd have been 18 just before I got cancer, so 98. And I was playing Newtown, and we walked out onto the pitch side by side as you do. And this player tapped me on the shoulder. He said, "Number 8, set the midfield, yeah. So I'm gonna beat the shit out of you for 90 minutes." Yeah, whatever, mate. And he fucking kicked the living shit out of me. I swear to God, every time I got anywhere near the ball, he elbowed me here at the back of my ear. He fucking elbowed me in the neck. He punched me. He kicked me, and I was broken. And I got one chance, and you should never do this as a footballer, but I raked his Achilles because I just lost it.
Yeah.
And he did what he said on the tin. Anyway, we were at the bar, their clubhouse, and I'm having a pint, and he comes out in crutches. And he's bigger than me, and I'm thinking, oh, fuck. And I said to me, mate, I said, I'm in fucking trouble here. He's gonna wrap me around the head with a crutch. And I was about halfway down, about a quarter of my pint left, and he walked over to me, and he said, "Hey, what are you drinking, mate?" And I said, "Well, Guinness, if that's all right, Bob, Guinness." And he said, "Fucking fair play, mate." He said, "I told you in the tunnel I was going to beat the shit out of you for 18." He said, "You took it. You fucking took it, and I deserved everything I got." He said, "And we were great mates. We've been great mates ever since." I apologized, but he said, "Don't apologize. I deserved everything." He said, "You were the one that came out on top." And, for me, I'm not proud of it, but I learned a fucking big lesson that day, Jarvis, on how to look after myself and how to be a footballer, in a tough old league. And, at the end of the day, bud, you've probably seen something like that happen in a game. You just haven't noticed it. And it
Many
does
times. Yeah. It happens a lot. I've been on both sides. So
exactly.
as a soldier in a war, you know where you are, and there's different rules than and it's just how it is. And if you play the game for many years, you know how it is. Big up, Jules. Good to see you. Before we go to the goal, before we analyze the goal, I just wanna ask you this question from Peter, Alien Tenor, commenting in and say, if United got relegated to Championship, do you really think this team would have bounced straight back?
Oh God, no chance. We're not strong enough. We're not tough enough mentally. The Championship, they would literally be a cement truck and just absolutely walk all over us. We don't have the mental aptitude to survive in a real tough league. And because of these players, we allow them to think they're better than what they are. We treat them as gods. The young kids are day in, day out. They're outside Carrington waiting for players to stop, sign autographs, gives them presents. We call them superstars. We call them world class. We dote on them all the time. And yet the truth is, guys, they're just like me, you, Jarvis, and anyone else. They're just men. That's all they are. They're flesh and bone, and they're men. And they don't understand what it's like to support a football club.
Yeah.
They don't get
like mercenaries, a lot of them.
They're all like a lot of them are mercenaries, yet they don't care. Jadon Sancho, Rashford. Yeah, to be fair to Rashford, he's got his act together in Barcelona. He's playing very well. He's scoring goals.
Another purple patch.
And he's being picked.
Give him 1 year.
Yeah, he's being picked. So you can't argue with him, can you? Same with McTominay. But it's a great question, Pete. And the answer is no chance, mate.
No chance.
Not open now. Not open now.
Big up. Let's have a quick look at the goal, and we will wrap up the show. So I think we are aware. We all saw it. We have, I think is it Jack Grealish on the ball.
Jack Grealish,
under pressure. We have Dewsbury Hall in this position, and defending is we have Casemiro in this position. We have Bruno here. So the double pivot is.
Look where Barry is, Jarvis, where he should be. In between Yoro, De Ligt. It's where he should be. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. So, again, you see... No. It's Garner. It's Garner. Garner gives the ball.
Sorry, it was Garner, yeah. Watch Barry's run, though, here, because this is key. Watch Barry's run.
But how he receives the ball easily, and he backs off, it worries me a little bit, the defense. You see how one pass and everybody goes into panic mode and backs off.
One piece of observation.
No one steps up.
No, watch this. Stop it there. 3 players around Barry.
Yeah.
Now, you said earlier, Jarvis, and you were right. He's not a goal threat. He just isn't. Fair play to the kid. He just isn't a goal threat. But 3 players are there. And because we're concentrating on him, we've allowed Dewsbury Hall, who, by the way, is left-footed. And he pops this out on his right, if I'm not mistaken, or he's right-footed and he pops it on his left. Either way, it's his weak foot. But Barry, I know I've been raving about him all night, Jarvis, but the simplicity of the kid is there in one image. That's the simplicity of a striker. And Mark Langridge will tell you this. He'll tell you that. That's the simplicity of a striker. Brilliant. In my opinion. Very humble. I am, Jarvis, as you well know me, old mate. Very humble.
Yeah. So Dewsbury Hall receives the ball. Let's bring it up again and watch the goal. He carries the ball, and again, I think this is one of the weakest.
Bruno, isn't it?
Bruno, he's not a defender. He's a number 10, and he can't go into tackles like this. If this was Sander Berge, for example, he would just pushed him away and took the ball. It's not how a defensive midfielder should act in a situation like this. Way too weak. And again,
Euro terrible.
Many Euro, is unexperienced.
That's it, Trev. I thought it was his weak foot. Yeah, thanks, Trev.
And Dewsbury Hall just takes it inside. Boom, gone. It's a goal.
Yeah, but again, look where I want you to look where. I'm sorry, I'm like a broken record here.
No, it's okay. I know.
Barry is
so important.
He's fucking perfect, right? If Lamans it bounces off Lamans' hand and comes down, who's scoring?
Yeah,
he is. Fucking abysmal. Watch how he stays on side as well.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
The defending, I know Barry had, his run. It's so
completely ineffective. Completely ineffective in terms of goal scoring, Jarvis. But his run and a labelling, Dewsbury Hall, that extra yard is fucking textbook, mate.
But again, the defending.
It's terrible. It's awful. It's really bad.
Everybody's looking at the guy next to them to do something. They're not taking initiative. They're not doing their job. If I was Amorim, I would explode. I would explode for defending like this. This is not how you defend.
A couple of things. Luke Shaw, go towards Dewsbury Hall. If Dewsbury Hall managed to slide a ball into Barry, then fair enough. You'd expect Lamans to come in and take it at Barry's feet. Yeah, Barry's in the perfect position to receive a slide ball, isn't he? Either round the back or through. But we don't go to him. We allow Dewsbury Hall. We were wondering about that. Me and Jarvis did ask that question, Mark. We couldn't make up our minds, could we, pal? But we didn't go to him quickly enough. Now, there's 2 opposition players in the entire shot and the referee. And they score a goal. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's a great finish. Look, he hits it well, doesn't he? He hits it well.
But we know Dewsbury Hall can do this. He scored many goals this season, and he's a goal scorer, he's a ball carrier. He has something.
I didn't realise he was left-footed, though, buddy. Yeah. I never knew he was left-footed because he came from Leicester, didn't he?
He came from Leicester. No, Chelsea. Leicester.
Oh, sorry,
then
Chelsea.
Then,
right.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was left-footed, though. So I thought he was right-footed.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you talk a lot. You in particular talk a lot about players dragging other players, and I talk about strikers.
Sacrificial run.
Yeah, I talk about strikers, don't I? Always occupying the 2 centre halves, and that's an example of a striker occupying 2 centre halves all the time. You've got to look at me. I don't want you looking over there. You have to look at me, because if you don't look at me, I'm getting in behind you. And that's as a centre half. That's and I've got a weak midfielder in front of me. I've got a weak fullback, Jarvis. That's my biggest fear. My biggest fear is a centre half who is dragging me around. I don't want him to drag me around. I'm going to try and stop him.
You don't.
So I've got to be honest. Lovely goal, but did we look like scoring? The old mate.
No, we didn't. Stephanie comes in and says Dewsbury Hall sounds more like a wedding venue rather than a football, for fuck's sake. And I agree.
It does actually,
Admiral Rex, big up. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you in the chat. Hope you're well. Coming in from X. And also we have a question from Obi, but we will answer it after this because I just want to show you something. If you are a schooled footballer, if you know what you're doing on the pitch, I just want you to take notice. I don't know if you can see this even because it's too small. But Garner, in this instance, before he receives the ball, he takes one look to his left and one look to his right. And when he do this, it's only a quick right, left. He sees Dewsbury Hall or Grealish wanting the ball. Dewsbury Hall wanting the ball. And Dewsbury Hall runs against him with arms open. Hey, I'm open. Give me the ball. So it's about communication, and it's subtle when you play football, and it's just these small things. And as a coach myself, I try to teach this. I try to install this into the kids. Scout everywhere, 360 vision, and want the ball. You have to want the ball. Don't just stand there. Open up your body. And look at Garner here.
Yeah.
Right, left. He knows.
Look at
Dewsbury Hall. Look at his positioning. Look at his arms. Holds them out like this. He wants the ball. He knows exactly. Dewsbury Hall looks over his shoulder. He knows exactly where Lenny Yoro is. He knows exactly where Bruno is. Look at his touch. Taking it away on his first touch. Oh no, he's not. But he's
look at me old mate. Look at me old mate Jarvis. He's spun off already. Look at me old mate there in the middle. Spun off.
And now the run goes. Dragging with him the centre backs.
Yeah, keep playing it. Yeah, keep playing it. Keep playing it because it's a great piece of football. From Dewsbury Hall in particular, it's a great piece of football. You're actually right about Garner. When he gets it, it's that and that, isn't it? It's all he does. That and that.
It's not a coincidence. Garner is a very well-schooled.
He's an educated footballer.
Academy project, and for me, he's why we let him go. I still don't understand. I raved about him when he played at the academy. I played clips on. You can go on my X account, look at old Garner clips from the academy under 19 games.
He's a fantastic footballer. Yeah. I don't know why we. Well, anyway.
Well, we did because we don't know.
We did. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's kind of what I was about to say.
Okay, we can look at Dewsbury Hall. Here goes left, right, boom, bang.
Because you're forgetting, you didn't see it on there, but play it back again. Watch the Yoro attempted tackle. Dewsbury Hall drops to his knees slightly. Watch, gets back up.
Feints left and then go right. And he takes out Lenny Yoro with one small feint.
Watch the tackle. Watch now. Watch him drop slightly, very slightly. Kept his balance, and away he goes. Nicely done.
Do you have anything to add when it comes to Sané Lamans? Could he have saved it?
I'm not a goalkeeper. I would have blamed him anyway. Because that's what you do as a centre half, and he blames you for letting him shoot. You blame him for letting it in, and that's why I'm as a defender. The damage was done when Garner had the ball.
It's a well-placed strike.
Yeah, the damage was done when Garner had the ball, when he took it off Grealish, and when Barry made his run into the box. Yeah. That's where the space was given and made. And that's when we had problems. Did he see it late? Possibly. Could he have had a stronger hand on it? Possibly. Do you know what, pal? I don't know. I'm not a goalkeeper. I've not faced it. I don't know how quick that ball was travelling. 50 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour. Wouldn't have a clue. I think it's quite easy to say.
The Primate, big up Primate. Good to see you with the lovely Newton Heat emoji.
Sees it late. There you go.
Thumbnail. Laman sees it a bit late. Yeah, but he made a good effort. Yeah, I'm not blaming Lamans. I just
I'm not
saw
blaming
on
anyone.
X someone was talking about Lamans. Maybe I should have saved it, but well, I'm not blaming the goalkeeper.
Not a goalkeeper, so
No.
But I would have blamed him anyway, like I said, and he would have blamed me. You let him
No.
shoot. You should have saved it. You let him shoot. Yeah, you should have saved it. That's the back and forth that goes. And then I might have turned on you, Jarvis. You left your runner.
Yeah.
Hold on, he left his runner. Don't blame me, blame him.
If you're blaming anyone, maybe Lenny Oro, maybe Bruno, maybe the setup.
There's a couple of areas there.
But it's too sloppy. We give them
Grealish
too much space, too much respect.
Grealish turns in a tight area. Casemiro's ball watching. Bruno was weak. Yoro was weak. Shaw and Delict were watching Barry.
Yeah.
Dorgu was watching Barry as well.
Poor communication. Yeah,
it was terrible. I could go on forever with that goal.
Mistake after mistake as
exactly boxing
comes in.
Mistake after mistake. Yeah, all the time.
Jay Obi Cobbs comes in and say Garner was always better than Pogba. Pogba is much better than Ugarte, the ball watched. Backed off slow most of the game. He drove me mad. And for me, I'm going to say something controversial right now. I see a lot of people. We are actually considering buying João Gomez, £44 million. I would actually go to call Everton and slap £50 million on the table and say, give us Garner right now. We have a 15% buyback clause, so it wouldn't be too expensive. We will get a little bit back discount. And he knows Man United. He knows what we are all about. And I think he will come in and play with his heart for the club. So
I think it was excellent. I
think we should go out and buy him,
I wouldn't bother. It wouldn't upset me at all.
No, he's still young.
Fullback as well. You can play at fullback as well,
Yeah.
A very good player.
Yeah.
Very, very good player. He, Dewsbury Hall compliments him brilliantly. Idrissa Gueye compliments him brilliantly. Tarkowski, Keane, they compliment these players brilliantly. Don't have a great deal off the bench. I thought Beto when he came on, I thought was poor. Their starting 11 is decent.
But Stu, if you look at Garner's game, he keeps the ball ticking.
Simple.
He's efficient. He plays it simple, and he sets up his runners in an Amorim system as a deep-lying playmaker.
That's what you want.
A guy who actually can do the job, the hard work, put in a tackle, make the runs, work wholeheartedly for the full 90, and also keep the ball ticking. This is why I like Sander Berge. He's
that's what I like about him.
Yeah,
and Pellegrini was like that as well.
And then for me, maybe Garner is the answer. And he was actually a number 10 when he a lot of the time, or an offensive number 8 when he played in the academy. But I think he started playing as a DM when he went to Nottingham Forest, and he took it right away.
Yeah, that's where he started. But Garner's one of those players that can adapt to various positions because he loves football. So he will adapt to play football. We don't have anywhere near that type of player at this point in time.
It's not Maldini yet. It's not Maldini yet. No. But he has the same. I think that was a misunderstood quote. I'm not saying he's as good as Maldini. It's about the way he plays. Keeps himself on his legs, but poor performance. So I'll take it. Thank you, Steph, for pointing that out.
Garner learned that from Carrick. He did indeed.
Yes.
He did indeed.
We had a question here from Jay I wanted to answer before we wrap it up. Where was it? Yes, this one. We got to look forward. Next game, Palace. Are we worried? We will go through it more tomorrow night, but are we worried?
I think you have to be, Jarvis. I'm sorry, mate. I'm as optimistic as it gets, my old mate. You said to me, your optimism is... I can't be optimistic going away to Palace next Monday, isn't it? Is it Monday again? Good
It's
night,
another
people.
Monday
Thanks,
night.
thanks
Yeah.
for joining us, mate. I can't be optimistic going away to Palace. No.
No, neither
I
do
think it's going to be a very tough game. We're likely to be on the end of it. I'm sorry, of a 2-0 loss. Mateta, in particular.
Wharton,
Wharton,
Munoz, the fullback.
He scored, didn't he? Munoz.
Brilliant player.
I think we're going to be.
Gay,
I think we're in trouble.
Henderson.
Yeah, I don't think we score there, and I think we end up losing the game. Sorry, guys.
Are we seeing the season slipping away right now?
Well, these games are critical for us. We made it. We did say, didn't we, to stay in and around the top 10 with 1 or 2 points off of where we could be in fourth is critical. We're now 5 points. Oh no, City lost, didn't they? So City were only on 22, weren't they?
City 23. 22.
I don't think it's desperate tonight, but it's desperate if we lose against Palace. Let's have a quick look.
But Palace away,
we're 10th. We haven't moved.
No.
Chelsea are on 23 points, and we're on 18. So there's 5 points between us and second
Starting
place.
To be a little bit of a gap now.
So we've got to beat Palace. Palace are 5th on 20. We need to beat Palace a week on Monday.
Palace are licking the chops.
Well, I would be if you're Mateta, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I would actually be looking forward to that game.
I'll be wishing it was Monday.
Aaron Hughes are actually coming into that game feeling, he could be superior to he coming into that game actually trying to bully Casemiro, getting back at him for the presumably
footballer.
Yeah.
Aaron Hughes is an old school footballer, pal.
Yes,
people took Will Hughes.
Will Hughes.
People are taking the piss out of him for years. The way that he looks, the way that the guy's been in the Premier League for almost all his career. He's a fantastic footballer.
He's doing the dirty job, the hard work.
He's allowing Wharton. He's allowing Wharton to look like the peacock, and he's the peahen. He's the ugly duckling, and Wharton's got the old beautiful tail. Absolutely fantastic. He's been brilliant, Will Hughes has. You want to hear Glasner absolutely rave about the man.
Guys, 1 hour.
Mind you, but
1 hour 42 minutes. It's been a hell of a stream. I gotta thank everybody of you for tuning in on a night like this.
Yeah,
lots of super chats coming in the beginning. Thank you, everybody. I want to thank you. I want to thank 21st Century Vampire for this huge pink.
It's amazing, absolutely amazing.
And
Vicky,
also with the bird, Vicky, Helge coming in with the super chat. I am Titanium, Bilal, and Nas, and all the membership chats. So guys, you are legends, keeping the channel alive. We will. Are you available tomorrow night, Stu? Are we ready to do a 7?
7 o'clock start.
7 p.m. UK time, a little bit earlier than usual. So because we know we have a following from all over the world. For example, 21st Century. Coming in, middle of the night, so we will try to.
It's absolutely. We want to try and
give a little bit back to the community, and for me, doing earlier than 7 is almost impossible because my work. I'm always busy. Sometimes I'm late, but I'm usually late because I'm putting my kids to bed. Exact that moment, So it's always, Daddy, I'm thirsty. I need a water bottle. Blah blah blah. I'm not sitting on my ass and just being late because I'm lazy. It's not that. So, and we all live a life. It's always tough. So, it's hectic. Sure. It's just. But one day, if the channel grows and we can become professional YouTubers, I promise I will always be on time. Always.
I'd like to do mine from Paris today, pal.
Yes, you've been to Paris.
Imagine. Paris, today,
yeah.
I'd like to do that, So
the Globetrotter, Stu.
Well, that's hopefully that'll be it now, because I'm hoping next week I'll be moving. So
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. Seeing
so
the
am I.
new
I need
studio.
to.
The new
Yeah.
studio.
Well, it'll just be a white wall, I think.
Oh, well.
Just for the time
You
being.
had that mint green thing going for now the last 5-6 years. So
Yeah, it'll be something different.
it will be something different.
Yeah. Learn any French? I don't know any French. I literally sometimes I fly out and I fly back the same day, somewhere like Paris, or get in a Eurostar and just have a couple of meetings and then come back. So yeah, I don't know don't know too much French. I should do, really.
Okay.
We deserve better.
People are tired. Yeah, we deserve that. Big up.
Big up.
Jarvis, I'm so tired of watching this. Give me a 4-3-3. I don't have any patience or belief for this anymore. I think we all feel the same.
Yeah, I think it was more than deux beer.
That's
2 beers. I think it was more than that. It was more like quatre.
beer.
But yeah, it was. It's nice out there. The weather was crap though, so it wasn't great.
Yeah.
Do you know French saying Laniora is French? No, I don't. I'll try and find out next time I got to go. But I'm hoping I won't have to travel I'm hoping to finish about 16th of December and knock off for Christmas. That's what I'm hoping to do.
Stu, do you know the 11th of December was the first stream, the official stream for. So 11th of December is our first 1-year birthday.
So we need to do a stream.
So we need to do. I think we need to do a stream to give something back to the community. Maybe we should do some giveaway, something.
Yes.
Have a quiz.
We got a little bit.
Have some prizes.
No, that's a Thursday. That's a Thursday.
Yeah, should be doable.
I think
that's
we should
invite next Thursday.
No, 2 Thursdays. 2 weeks time.
2 weeks. Yeah, okay.
I think we should invite Trev on the show. Trev Wade. I think we should get him on the show.
Yes,
because you're an absolute legend, Trev, and I think people would love it if you came on the show.
Please come on the show, Trev.
We'd love it if you came on. Plus, a shitload about football, which is great. We will be doing a call-in show. We'll do a Christmas call-in show. We'd love Jules to come on. Boxing Straight Talk, all of you to come on the show for 5-10 minutes.
Helge, we deserve better. Any of you guys, if you want to come on, we will have an open line. Everybody can join.
Say hello.
Family. Yeah.
But you got to wear a Christmas jumper or T-shirt. That's the only stipulation.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. We deserve better. You guys give back every stream by being great company and great laugh. Yeah, we try. Yeah,
We
try our best. Yeah,
we do.
And also Stu Keegan, he would love it if Trev Wade.
I'd love it if Trev came on. Love it, absolutely. But you're all welcome. We'd love all of you to come on and say hello to everybody. We can meet you and. You could ask us a question, anything you like. It'd be absolutely brilliant.
100%.
We'd love it.
So we got to get going planning that show, but we will be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Mark the time.
Yeah, 7 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah, and we'll
7 p.m. Tuesday show, a little bit earlier for the followers around the world.
Yes.
Especially the ones in the Far East. It's difficult staying up all night just to watch us two guys.
Mankini on the 11th, that'll be giving back. I'm not so sure about that. I know, we couldn't believe it. We were 1 year already. It's unbelievable. We've had some great support, some really, really good support. So perhaps we should do.
We have Cass, Never a Foul, Nuruddin, all of the legends supporting, and we also had the raid. We had the raid today by in the beginning.
Touchline.
Big up Touchline. Thank you for the raid. Thank you, Touchline.
Yeah. I think
it's one of Cass's guys. Cass support Touchline too. So
that's right.
On the
11th, perhaps we should do the headline show again. What the headline, Manchester United headline was on the 11th of December, the day that we started.
The day I think it was a preview show for the Europa League Glasgow Rangers game or something.
We'll have a look. So we can do that.
We'll have a look, and maybe I can do some clips, and then we can have
a bit of
Yeah.
So if we find the show, look, crikey, Look how young we looked compared to what we look like now, pal. Yeah, please keep hyping, as Boxing Straight Talk says. That would be brilliant.
Yeah.
Keep liking, spread us as much as you can. Jarvis is currently arguing with YouTube at the moment about certain few bits and pieces. So, but watch this space.
And I hope this show doesn't get taken down, because I think I played 2 seconds a little bit too long on the bus stop. So let's just fingers crossed. YouTube.
Don't. It should do a bloopers show. Jesus, fucking hell, bloopers show. That'd go on for about 20 hours. A bloopers show. Crikey.
Okay. Guys, thank you, everybody. Let's end the show. See you tomorrow night. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Stu, and all of you. 1 away from 50 likes. Please do us a favor, smash the like. We will see you on the next one. Have a good night, everyone, and don't have bad dreams about Man United. Cheer up. It will be a new day tomorrow after you have a couple of hours of sleep. So have a good night, and bye.